Hello, my name's Anand and you're very welcome. In today's video I'm going to talk about discernment and 3 ways that you can help grow your ability to discern. I'm also going to share what does it mean and one bonus tip at the end. So you're very welcome. If you're new to this channel, a warm welcome. If you're returning back, it's great to see you. My name's Anand and I'm an emotional wellness coach, and you can learn more about how I can support you in the description box down below. So what is discernment? It means the ability to see or to sift through or to determine something, particularly when something is complex and has many layers. And the reason I'm talking about discernment today is it's such a powerful tool or attribute to have. And as I was putting this video together and reflecting on what I wanted to share with you today, I was looking back to my 20-year-old self or even my 30-year-old self, and she really could have done with an awful lot more discernment. And I would have loved someone to say to me, well, this is how I grew this ability, because it's all well and good if someone says, well, you need to do this for this situation and do this for that situation and have more this of that to approach that difficulty. If we don't have that ability to discern, if we don't even know how to grow it, it's going to be very hard to manage it. Because the work that I'm offering is always about the inner self and the inner tools. Sure, there's a point-by-point guide how to notice red flags in a partner or in a job or in a new friend. There are these 10-point lists or 5-point lists, and I could talk about that, but discernment is something that you can cultivate and grow within yourself, so that you can adapt it to any situation that you face in. And you're not scrambling around looking for the 10-point list, because it may not apply for that situation. So when we think of discernment, I'm going to think of it as a verb. It's an action. It's something that we do. It's something you can put in your emotional wellness toolbox. So thinking of a few examples before I jump into the 3 ways you can improve discernment. There might be an example of you apply for a role. It sounds great on paper. Or perhaps a recruiter gets in touch with you through a job platform. I don't want to name any specific ones. And it sounds great, great hours, great pay, etc. And you're thinking, wow, this is an amazing dream job. But something is off. Perhaps maybe when you do a digging around into the person who has approached you, the recruiter, you look at the website, it has very little detail. Something doesn't quite stack up. And you might get this spidey sense of, is it really too good to be true? Or maybe that dream man or dream woman gets in touch with you in a dating site and they sound like everything you've ever wanted. But something is off, but you don't know what. And you decide, look, that's just me being negative, or I'm afraid of committing, or whatever rationale you put. And you ignore that little quiet voice. Or perhaps somebody new has come into your life and you can't figure out why there's something holding you back there. Or you're receiving a huge amount of information about a really important decision and you've been given a very short amount of time and you're unable to fully reflect and decide what's the best course of action to take. And actually, I feel like that is something we're facing more and more today, that we're bombarded with so much information that the ability to discern is being drowned out. Like, it's really hard to know which way to go, which path to go. And so that's why I want to offer you these 3 ways that you can internally use for yourself. Because really all of the answers lie within us. Sure, our friends or social media or other ways can add to our decision making, but really ultimately it lies with us. And that's why discernment is so powerful. And it's something I would encourage you to really cultivate and grow. And I'm saying that to my old 20-year-old self. So the first thing is to slow down and pause. You can't determine or sift through all the information and things that you're balancing out unless you have time and space to weigh up everything, to make that discerned decision. So slowing down, buying time, pausing. You don't have to go at the pace the other person is telling you, whether it's a salesperson, a recruiter, a lover, a friend. You do not have to go at their time schedule. You can go at your own time schedule. And you can take that time and say, I need more time to decide. I'll come back to you. Pause, slow down. And if it helps, meditate. For me, I like to meditate on really big decisions. And I find that, there are multiple types of meditations, even just sitting down, pausing, slowing down, feeling into my breath, feeling into my body, noticing sensations. Maybe having the question in the meditation and allowing any images to come up and see what comes up for you. Often I've meditated and I might think I see 2 or 3 or 4 paths. And in that it's where I notice where my eye is drawn to which path. That is often the answer. So that's the first way of cultivating more discernment, is to slow down, pause, and if you choose so, to meditate. Which then takes us on to the second way to enhance discernment, and that's to become an observer. And what do I mean by becoming an observer? It's to watch the actions as opposed to listening to the words. So I'm going to use an example of a romance. Of you meet somebody and they say all these lovely words and you mean so much to them and all of that. The words are beautiful. And there's a part of you that really wants to believe that and really wants to go into those words. But perhaps the actions don't align with what they're saying. I know that's been my experience. I've often met people, beautiful words, I got very seduced by it, but the actions didn't match the words. And sure, I had this gnawing sense inside of myself, but yeah, it's just my head, it's overthinking it, whatever. I had a lot of rationalizing and minimizing thoughts. And I did not watch the actions. And so the outcome wasn't great. And it took a number of times for me to see that. So look at the behavior of the person you're with. When they say how much they care about you, are they showing and demonstrating that in their actions? And yes, people make mistakes. So perhaps maybe when you first say, oh, I would prefer if you were on time. Let's use timekeeping. I would like for you to be on time. It's something I prefer. And they may either say that they really struggle with timekeeping and you can negotiate that. Or they say, yeah, sure, I'll be on time. And so maybe the next time they are on time, or for a few times they're on time. But then they start being late again. So then you remind them again. But now they start to get defensive. And it starts to become an issue. So you either go silent and accept this, but then their behavior maybe escalates and there are other things that they're starting to break your boundaries on. So they're saying how much they care, but they're actually maybe breaking your boundaries or doing things that really don't align with you or don't sit well with you. So watch the behavior, challenge it, and if it doesn't change, use your discernment to say, well, are their words matching the actions? And if not, that helps you to make your decision on what to do next. Because you can ask everybody in the world, what should I do about this person I'm with? But ultimately, the decision is yours because only you know best, and also you have to live with it. Whether it's to stay or go, or to compromise or to negotiate, whatever it is, but discernment can help you. And by being an observer, taking yourself out of the emotion or the desire, actually, the desire of the other, just as if you were detached for a moment, maybe closing your eyes, detaching from the intense feeling you feel towards the other, watching it without judging, then looking at the actions. What do they tell you? Because that will give you so much information. It's so powerful. There's another tip I would say is when you suddenly discern something, wait 24 hours before you take an action. And just check in and discern again. Am I going to take the right action here? There's never a guarantee, but some sensation or feeling will help to support your decision. Which leads on to the third element of growing your discernment, and that's to trust your intuition. And this is probably your most powerful tool to grow discernment and also to navigate your way through life. Your intuition is so powerful, and what I often suggest to clients is to do a 7-day experiment. So I'm going to propose the same to you. I'll invite you in for a 7-day experiment to get friendly or get to hear your intuition. And if you're struggling with intuition, saying, well, I've no idea, feel free to book a free discovery call to get a taste of coaching and see. We can explore how to grow your intuition. Another way of getting a sense of your intuition is it a voice? Is it visual? Is it auditory? Or does it come up in some other way? But one thing I've observed and my other clients have observed is that it always guides you in the right way. It may not make any sense. Actually, most of the time it doesn't, logically. Intuition is like almost counterintuitive to what the mind and the logic would tell you. Intuition is this quiet voice that you think, that does not make any sense in this moment. But if you follow it and trust it, that's the key, is to trust your intuition. It will guide you in the right way. And you'll look back going, what? I'm so glad I followed that. So for the next 7 days, each time you're about to make a decision and you hear this little voice, it could be on your left side or your right side, or you feel a sensation in your gut, almost like a pulling thing that says, don't go there, don't do that. Listen to it and see what happens. Make a note of it and see what happens. And if you want to play around with this, maybe for 3 times listen to your intuition, and on the 4th time don't listen to it and go with what the other voice tells you, your mind or whatever, or what others tell you, and see what happens. Notice the outcome. And if you're brave and you want to share your experience, do put a comment in the box below. I'd love to hear your experience, or email me to let me know how you get on with playing with this 7-day experiment. Other people have really found it very helpful, because when we put our attention on something, so you might say, well, I don't know what my intuition is, but the minute you say, I'm going to put my attention on what is my intuition, something starts to happen. It's similar like if someone says, yeah, red car, you will start to see red cars. The same principle happens. So just to recap, one, to grow your discernment is to slow down, pause, meditate. The second is to become an observer and watch the actions, whether it's the other person or the organization or yourself. Watch the actions, not the words. And thirdly, trust your intuition, build up your intuition and follow it and see what happens. And these 3 ways will help you grow your discernment. And your discernment then empowers you to be able to make decisions based on your inner world, your environment, your particular situation. So thank you for joining me. And if you want to connect with me, there's links below. If you want to book a free insight call, I call them discovery calls, insight calls. I offer a free 1-hour coaching call. We can explore discernment or any other issues that you would like to discuss with me. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.